today. That is going to be Splyce versus Envy. Of course, Envy looking for a first win, and Splyce so far steamrolling competition, Study.
I had a conversation earlier with the one and only Apathy, and basically had a conversation with App. Your performance yesterday was abysmal. That's not. He's like, yeah, Jay, it was just like we got destroyed that first map, and it just continue out the entire series. And I'm like, App, listen, today your team's gonna need you.
They came out just super slow in that match yesterday. They won't be able to do that against Splyce.
100%.
If they do that versus Splyce, Splyce will just run them over. They got to come out strong. Silly's going to need to keep up his performance that he was doing at the POQ. And yesterday, like, he didn't play. I think he probably played the best on their team yesterday.
He did.
If he keeps that up and Apathy's able to step up his performance, that's what they're going to need to be able to take down Splyce.
And there's going to be a certain player that's going to take over this game, and it's going to be Hook, the nuke. He said, and I quote, "There's one player that I want to beat more than anybody in Call of Duty, and it's accuracy." I specifically remember this. So a little bit of added pressure or passion going into this match. And then also Hook going against one of his best friends in the world in Temp. They definitely have a huge rivalry there. So there's some storylines going into this matchup.
He said, accuracy, I'm going to fry you when we play.
Yeah,
you guys might not know Hook that well because he's not on social media a lot, but he's like the nicest kid. Yeah. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm going to fry you.
Yeah,
like,
he said, listen, Lamar, it's nothing personal, but just know when I play you, I got to go dumb hard. That's the quote, the exact quote.
Okay, but I do want to talk a little bit more about Temp. I mean, yesterday so dominant, and today if he's that dominant again, Envy might have an upward hill climb.
Yeah, 100%. This 1.9 sock.
That's nuts.
That's incredible. I guess it really is. You know, free dubs. Free cash? These fools are trash, man. Simple as that, man.
I mean, yeah, what Temp does so well is he picks up streaks. Like, anytime he's close to streaks, he gets them. Like, he's so good at playing his life, and he really, like, people used to say Temp wasn't the smartest player. In this game, he's one of the smartest Sogs in the game. Like, his decision-making is on point. Like, he's at the right pace with his teammates. Like, this Splyce team is so good, well-rounded from top to bottom. Everybody knows their role, and that's what makes them deadly in every single game mode.
I think a lot of that credit goes to Jurge. Like, he plays off of Jurge's information a lot, and Jurge is so fast and willing to go in front of Temp so that Temp can have those superstar performances. You need a guy like that on your team. Jurge's really good at it. One of the best shot puncher in the league. He doesn't mind sliding in first. Like, I don't think we give Jurge enough credit for what he does.
Listen, before the series starts, Aches, if you're gonna snipe in this series, man, please do something. Do something. Make your sniper useful. Go into a random spot and just catch them off guard. Catch a bunch of Sogs that's sprinting at you. Come on, Patty.
Pull an Octane. Jump from random locations. Snipe
Come on.
down.
Jump on top of the 18. Jump out the map a little bit. Come back in. Just figure it out, man. Get a little freaky with it, and you guys will be good. Because your S&D yesterday was horrible. Horrible. So as long as you're able to at least do something with the sniper, gain some information, you'll be okay.
I don't hate his sniper.
I know you don't, man.
It's not that bad.
I do.
He goes to a lane, he preems it, he gets kills when he needs to get them.
No, he doesn't.
It's not terrible just because he's not flying around the map picking up 2 pieces.
It's not even about flying around the map. Wait, you don't
need to do that in Call of Duty. You don't need to be picking up 2 or 3 kills with the sniper. You just need to go there.
No, I don't think anyone said that, by the way.
No one said that.
You don't need to get freaky with it, as Jay said. You just need to go to the lane.
I actually think that Jay's right. You do need to get freaky with it.
You don't.
Yeah, you do.
You were never a sniper.
You have to go from different angles. That's all he's saying. You got to go from different angles and be creative.
You have to get the information, and you have to stay alive. That's it.
Okay, I guess you don't have to shoot one.
Okay.
Guess you don't
Obviously, if you have a guy in your scope, you take the shot, but just don't throw away your life and try to get those first bloods.
He really wasn't throwing away his life, though.
He wasn't.
Okay. So he's doing a good job. That's what I said. He was doing a good job. Thank you for proving my point, Pac-Man.
All right. But when
no one agrees with you, though.
When you ran around me and I sniped from everywhere, and you were golden.
Yeah, it was good. You did a good job. You stayed alive.
Yeah. Just saying.
There's going above and beyond in there.
All right,
everyone has to stay alive,
go.
but you still got to get the 5 kills to win the round. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's going above and beyond, and there's
no one is saying that. You get a kill, stay alive.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
We gotta go. We gotta go. All right. We will see if Ace can get freaky with his snipe against Splyce. We'll need certain people like Apathy to step up here as we continue on with today. United getting their strong 3-2 over Accelerate, but coming up, we have Splyce versus Team Envy.
Get straight. Play new content first on PS4.
PlayStation.
It is time now for our final series of the night. Splyce taking on Envy. Envy have looked vulnerable. Splyce look dominant in their debut. You gotta favor Splyce heavily in this, but this Envy team, we know how two-faced they can be.
Yeah, just flip a coin, heads or tails, and that's just really it with Envy. They either look great or they don't, right? They get beat by Accelerate yesterday. They're 0-1. Splyce, they looked fantastic, 3-0 or 100 Thieves.
I think of the matches, when we watched them, the thing that stood out for me the most on Splyce, I thought Looney looked incredible. Like, we know Temp is going to be there with the stats, but Looney looked really, really good. And I think for Envy, Apathy was really underwhelming. I mean, we know he's a guy that usually gets a lot better towards the end of the year, but I think this team, they're going to need him to start getting better sooner than later, start getting more consistent. Yeah,
I think you have to have a great game on Apathy and Hook. I mean, when you look at Envy, the point that it really stands out that you have to highlight is the solid duo of those two. You know what you're going to get out of Hook, but Apathy. If he steps up, if he can be that Apathy that we know him to be, this is going to be a very tough series for Splyce.
And I think in this particular matchup, though, he has to be.
Yeah, right. You have Temp as a solid Jerd. Like,
maybe there are matchups where you can have an off series from Apathy and be all right, but this isn't one. This just is not one. Here we go, right into it. Frequency hardpoint to kick things off as we shift focus to the first hardpoint. And Hook and Apathy on the board right away.
Yeah, but it was Looney who had a great start yesterday against 100 Thieves, but he had taken down Hook there. Finds 3 kills off the start. Hook and Temp known to be a little bit of very good friends outside of the game. They teamed last year on Envy. A lot of people waited for them to just, turn 18, get into the league.
The next guy's up, right? They're the next guy's up for what seems forever. Now doing it on the big stage. Just two incredible talents.
Against one another. Hook takes down his teammate, but trying to stay up. 255 off of streaks. Getting shot at, just trying to I'll say he's trying to finesse, but we'll see you later.
You don't get streaks down
but a good start for Envy. 29 seconds, you can see. They have the spawns they want, but Hook will spawn all the way out in Jerd. And Aqua gonna find kills, so this should be control over.
Yeah, I mean, you have the spawns, but all of Splyce is basically in lobby as you're getting set up.
Oh, this is a pinch, though. They find kills. Silly and Assault find kills. Hook and Silly find a couple of more, and there we go. Envy bring it back.
It looked sloppy at first, like Splyce was gonna have a great chance to break on that first push. But good job. Poised gameplay there from Envy to deal with the first wave. Second push up now for Splyce. Silly and Hook once again combining to shut it down.
Yeah, you have Hook 6-1, Silly 7-2. Aqua finds 3 kills. Make it a 4. Ake's just trying to stay alive, and well, the reason he's not trying to break on through because there's 20 seconds left. His team is already really focused on rotating across the map. He's just trying to keep them off that point. But a good start for Envy. Now it's Splyce's turn.
And Envy's able to push up and make sure they spawn in the back so they get what they want, but these fights on the other end towards blue, the big ones, cluster in. Ake's just able to get away, but the heal doesn't come up before the gunfight goes down. But Envy are inside. Hook patrolling top window and the balcony push. 2 players get up, trophies out. That's gonna get eliminated easily by Hook. Slides out, hip fires on point, heals up and gets back to safety.
This is gonna be a huge lead for Envy. That player does win a fight on the elbow, so you can see the split spawns towards the back.
This feels like exactly what we saw in map 1 of the first series, right? Where EU United did a really good job at second and third, pushed out to a big lead.
Even yesterday, when Splyce and 100 Thieves, this was map 1, and it's exactly what Splyce did, but 100 Thieves did get back into it towards that second half, but it's just what happens when you win 2 to 3 hills in a row. Ballooning accuracy. Bringing it back now as they set up for pipes.
And you just got to think, I mean, it's Temp that's kind of had the slow start on Splyce. You feel like he's going to start to heat up as this game gets going. When he does, is that where Splyce starts to bring it back?
Salt does find one, but he gets taken down by his teammate. Looney's staying alive. He gets taken down by his teammate. There's this chaos down by this hill, but accuracy finally finds a couple of kills, and this has been a very good hold from Splyce. We'll get them right back into it, unless Assault and Silly have something to say about it, but Aqua just trying to stay up.
The help is there, gets a couple blessed hipfire bullets, and accuracy looks over him. Splyce holds on, and the 70-point advantage for Envy will be under 20 points after these 10 seconds go to Splyce, and they've got set up at next. So a 20-point advantage. Splyce right back in it.
Yeah, but a couple of kills do go the way of Envy towards the last couple of seconds of that hard point. That'll give them a chance to get in, and they're going to do that. Ace finds 2. You saw Hook. He was just full-on sprinting forward. You know he wanted to grab slam. Silly now with the Annihilator. See if he can connect. Trying to find anything. I mean, they just had so much control. Aqua just goes prone. I mean, he's not finding much, but he hasn't had to. Finally finds one. This has been great from Envy.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if your Annihilator doesn't pick up kills if the rest of your team is in that sequence. Grab slam shut down by accuracy. So Hook will come up empty. Right as we say, Splyce gets back into it. Envy retaliate and push the lead out again.
Yeah, Grab Slam and Annihilator used though from Envy. You still have everything. Aqua gonna try to hold down this elbow area off a spawn. Finds a couple of kills. That's 3 dead. That should basically hold off the first push for Envy. Silly's gonna get taken down. Now you have Splyce in the hill. He's gonna find a 3rd as well.
Jerd can't get a push, or can't get a kill with the push into their front lobby. Now there's pressure in window as well. But Temp brings in the War Machine. He's 150 off streaks. From 4-7 to 11-11, he's got 5 kills in a row.
Now this is where you always have to be careful if you're the attacking team trying to break on in, because with 30 seconds left, you of course don't want to give this up for free, but you don't want to spawn towards the back in Envy. They're already thinking about rotating. That means Splyce is going to get pushed up. We'll see where Silly spawns. There's 20 seconds left. Yeah, Silly's going to spawn all the way out. Temp earned some streaks. That's 6 in a row. We knew he was going to heat on up, but Silly gets out.
We'll focus on the rotation, but we'll see once Temp gets involved if he can get anything else. He has the extra health to work with, too. Just 50 off of that Hellstorm. Looney trying to push up elbow. No luck there. Envy holding on to a lead throughout the entirety of this game thus far, but can they hold the push from Splyce? Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Envy.
Hey, I roll lobby, really weak. Window.
I killed Tempest, Bulk. Push this, nice. Keep holding you. I killed Tempest. I'm gonna rotate here. Fight that, you guys should fight that. In you. Hey, he's already in you.
Justin, let's go, baby.
Jerd's in. Bottom more. 2 in you.
One shot top mid.
There's already 2 in you. We spawn up behind.
Go war side, guys. Get aside.
Get aside. Do we have any streaks?
I'm going war side. No, I'm halfway to Annihilator again. Yuli's halfway to his too.
Yuli's, I should have waited. Yuli's in her.
I got time. I'm on her.
Wait for each other. I spawn behind.
2 of them close.
Dead.
Another one close, Sonny, close.
Oh, what the fuck? There's two on me.
I'm going late.
They spawned rock side. Alright, we gotta take our time to break this.
Everyone come to 2 war in her. I went mid.
I'm gonna get flanked mid. Yep.
Yeah, inner. Close inner. Dead.
Nice. Carl safe for a second.
Looney weak. There's 2 there.
Outer inner.
One shot.
Outer Danny, shit on. Outer inner.
Another one outer. Outer Danny.
On the heady.
Top mid.
Outer.
Your Aches with some big reads, and now he's going on a bit of a push. Wins another one-on-one. 3 kills in a row for Aches and approaching streaks as well. Using Apathy as bait as he launches forward. 40-point advantage for Envy. 20 seconds left here on the hard point before we get into our third set of rotations. It's Assault on the other side of things. Ring around the rosy he goes. All 3 kills go to Envy, and they are set up inside the elevator.
The big thing for them as well is they broke on in and they actually forced Temp to use his lightning strike, so you will not have that towards the back half of this game. Now Envy inside. She had 40 more points. Aches trying to find streaks. We'll see if he can do it, but basically him winning for this has allowed Splyce to at least contest.
15 off. We'll see if he can get the streaks, but you heard the comms from Envy early on. We want to kick it over to listen in with Splyce.
One more yellow ladder. Yellow ladder. 2 yellow ladder. 2 yellow side. 2 yellow side. 2 yellow side.
Blue dead.
2 yellow side. They should be yellow heavy. Yellow heavy.
Yo, back up on my nade close. Nade close.
I have your top mid. I have your top mid. I have your top mid. They're all yellow side. Flooded. Flooded.
Grappled weak. Weak. Adam.
One more.
Elbow dead. One more elbow. Weak.
Yo, hit out. I'm here.
They're spawning yellow. Oh, they're spawning blue.
Yeah.
I'm going top window.
I'm looking right.
I'm helping you in the back.
I'm helping you live.
What's that? Our ladder, Kyler.
Nice. I'm looking right.
I'm trying to
Yo, right on me.
I'm 200 off.
One more right.
I'll get time.
Let me get it.
I'm 100 off. Okay, all right, you play him. I'm top window.
It was assault.
I don't see anything left, guys. It's going to be pipes mid. Just keep pulling left.
I'm looking at the grapple. Are you
nothing here. There's nothing here.
Got you.
What's top mid, Pat? One shot.
Cross on me. Two.
Our ladder.
I might need help.
Is that main? One's already main. In the back, one shot. Main. Pat's weak, main. I didn't get my streaks. Pat's main.
Assault's back here.
Main, one shot.
Dead. One in the back. Came from outer.
Still alive window.
Tie game right now. Tip on your screen. He will fall. Hook madness as he picks up a couple. 30 seconds left here. Envy can't win it on this hard point, but Hook's already trying to get to the opposite side of the map. They want to rotate and get set up for blue.
It seems like Splyce doesn't want to give them those 20 seconds, so.
Well, they would have been, if they gave it off, it would have been, what, 245 or so they got to.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this break, but you have Grav Slam loaded in for Hook. I was going to say, you have the Annihilator on Silly. He's going to call it in, able to connect with 2. This could be it right here. That play, you have Jerd going around the back, trying to win on 1, but that's tough. And Splyce are going to spawn all the way out. It's just Temp, and now they have a staggered push. How does Splyce get in here? I don't know if they will.
You don't have anything to use. You've got nothing to use, and the Annihilator is still up. Gets one, does his job. Actually, another in there, so 4 kills and 5 seconds needed for Envy. The final breath from Splyce. They're contesting now, but will it be enough? Grab slam in, 2 down. Contest. Somehow they're still in it. There's the final kill. Splyce spawns out, and Envy, they take the game 1 hard point. But it was not easy.
Yeah, as soon as we went to that listening with Splyce, they started to make that comeback. They had a great hold at 1. They had the spawns for the second hill. Accuracy was working his way from streaks, but it was just a great break from Envy to get those 30 seconds at Orange.
And Silly had a hell of a map. I mean, thinking back to the Pro League qualifier, I mean, I think he was one of the top Annihilators for me. He was probably one of the most outstanding performers for this Envy team, really outside of Mook. He was the guy kind of backing him up, putting up those big stats, and he had a big game there. Fantastic stuff from Silly and Envy to strike first, and now this becomes a much more interesting series.
Well, it's just that start, right? As soon as you go up about 80, 90 seconds, it is just so tough to get back into it. Is it possible? Absolutely. But when we talked about Envy and they're listening, when we came out of that, we talked about Temp. He invested in that lightning, right? There was that break at pipes. Maybe if Temp has that lightning towards that end of the game, they have the opportunity to break. But the Annihilators, the Grav Slam, it was all there for Envy. Good map 1.
All right, well, we're well into it. Let's get it going. I mean, I'm excited because you thought maybe this is a Splyce steamroll. They look like the better team, but now things become so much more interesting. And before we got into that first map, Jess did talk to the players on both sides.
Thanks, Maven. Yeah, I actually caught up first with Aches from Envy, and he told me how, they're really disappointed by the loss to Accelerate yesterday, saying, that can't happen. If we're going to lose, we should be losing versus better teams. And now coming into this match, he said, well, Splyce started off as probably one of the best teams in the Pro League, but even so, we are feeling pretty good on the maps that we've got.
Now over on the side of Splyce, I did catch up with Looney, and he said that their win yesterday really was a big boost to them, but that they are still shaking off some rust. And he's just really feeling pretty good, honestly, going into this match. And he did, however, say that it is a bit of a grudge match because of the histories of the players on both these teams. But he thinks that's going to kind of be fueling the fire on both sides. So that's all from me from now, or all from me for now. Sorry, guys. Back over to the casters.
All right, Jess, we got there. We got there.
Words are tough at times.
Yeah, they are. I know that very well. But, well, if you're trying to get a chip on the shoulder of Accelerate, I think between Arcity's interview and what we heard from Aches there, it's firmly planted. But I do want to take a look at kind of the final minute or so of that game one to see how Envy got it done. But I think you nailed it that it was just the opening. They went up early and they held on to it.
Yeah, it was right before this, right? You could see Envy's in this hill, and that's due to a huge break. And now you're starting to look at Specialists with 15 seconds left. Splyce had to try to contest. You didn't want them to get that close. And well, you see, you have Hook who's close to the grab slam. Silly calls in the Annihilator, and this is the push, right? These guys are just trying to get to the balcony. That's very difficult to do when a guy's sitting at elbow with an Annihilator. Great shots out of Silly.
It got more interesting than I thought it was because I think he said at one point that it staggered the push. Once they got the Annihilator kills, they actually got in and contested it pretty well for a bit, but it's just desperation mode at that point.
Yeah, it got interesting, but then you just have Hook who comes up off spawn, grab slams on in, and that's the game. But I just think it comes down to the start. You can basically see across the board, just everybody contributing. There's a couple of players who, I wouldn't say got outslayed, but it's really Silly who +7, him and Hook really stepped up for Envy.
Yeah, I mean, mostly even across the board, give or take a couple of kills, but big map one from Silly. We'll take a look. Let's see. Search and destroy, so it'll be Payload coming up like we saw in our last series. So, well, same thing to kick it off, really, with map 1 and 2.
And this is what we saw at the Pro League qualifier, right? When there's one map that just sticks out, it's Envy on Payload Search.
And I think the thing that stood out the most when we casted them there, was it against, I'm trying to think, was it Heretics? I think it was against Heretics. I mean, it was just kind of that mid-pressure. Yeah. Just, they were sending 4 or 5 at you. And it was on the defense to kind of think of how they were going to deal with it, because if it was Heretics at the time, just couldn't figure out how to stop it.
That's what we'll watch out for. You heard too what Jess said about, I mean, Pat always very good around map vetoes, right? He felt very confident around his maps.
It's offense first, and let's see if, I mean, they were just bullying teams on A, and it looks like that is exactly what they're going to go to. So how does Splyce deal with this? Because it's a 5-man hit all out towards A.
Aqua and Accuracy just had to try and stay alive. You immediately see Aqua back on up. That was number 6. Accuracy in this spot. Silly's just trying to gain any information that he can. But Aqua finds first blood on that.
And that'll slow down the push immediately. I think when we were watching Heretics, they were trying to meet them. They were trying to fight them head on. It just was not going well. A more passive defense from Splyce.
Well, it was really just towards that catwalk area where they were getting like first blooded. It was Hook and Apathy who were playing so aggressive. And then once they have window control and that bomb's down, like, good luck retaking it. Jordy able to find another kill. Salt does bring it back to make it a 3 versus 4. You have Looney sniping. Jur just trying to be annoying. Here comes Looney. Accuracy finds a kill. A good first defensive win for Splyce.
So now we'll see Envy if they change things up on offense. For the most part, Splyce make that look easy. The Splyce squad talking it through. They'll now shift to offense. A Looney with bomb, and it's looking like it's B for them, but all of Envy, they're about to meet him head on. Nice shot from Aches. And you heard kind of the sniper conversation on the desk before this.
Yeah.
You know, Nameless is back there like, I told you guys.
I disagree, but when he gets kills, it works.
It does.
Just, I don't know. It's like watching, like when we saw Crim with this. I don't know. It just doesn't look as fluid. Like,
feels heavy.
It just feels awkward. But he's able to connect, find the first blood, but it doesn't matter. His Splyce at least able to make it a 3 versus 3. Honestly, I'll just never be happy until we see Ace with a submachine gun in his hands again. I could really
You've been saying that for years.
Care less until he has that.
This is a big one-on-one, and Aqua sniffs it out. Hook will drop, and that's complete sight control towards A as they rotate out. Has Aches found any other gun to work with? Is he still okay? So he's got a SOG now. Or sorry, Maddox now. Nice shots. There's the first 2 versus 2. Rips him off his side as well. 1 versus 1. Aches versus Aqua. Aqua tags him up. He's going to push behind it, but Aches uses the cover. Heals. Oh, no. What did we learn from the last series? Don't do it. It's far too early.
But if there's someone who could probably do it, it's probably Pat, right?
I guess that's
such a villain.
But I'll remember this moment.
I know you will. What do you want in Game 5, Round 11, huh? Go ahead and say it. What do you want?
I swear to
want
God,
these two?
if it's Aches Aqua, I swear to God. Well, with the way these matches have been going today, who knows?
But Aqua just try to take that advantage. I mean, he had him weak.
Well, that's the difference between this Call of Duty and maybe any other Call of Duty in the past.
You get stim shot to your chest.
Yes, you get him weak there. You're thinking your brain just tells you, I got him. He's weak. He's down. But by the time he actually re-engages, Aches is back to full health. He's got cover to work with.
I would say you probably have, like, in that sort of scenario, maybe a 1 bullet advantage, right? Like, you might not get to full with stim.
Yeah.
You get pretty close though. You get to probably about 120.
But that is a prime example of just how different this title is.
Now you're gonna have Looney and Ace again, and Looney.
Wow.
The flinch was there. The shots were there from Assault, but he gets taken down. That's a hit marker, and Looney's just gonna try to back away with his life. Now he has the help of Temp and Jerd inside the middle. Nice shots.
Oh, wow. He got the kill. I thought he was gonna get picked up before it came through, but the Strife on target. That's a situation where maybe you don't get that kill with a Mozu, but the Strife. Accurate at range.
See both teams. You just see all 4 yellow arrows together. Hook and App just trying to catch them based on a timing, trying to rotate all the way around. They're going back towards B, but if Splyce, let's say they're gonna push out through A. They might just catch them on the bomb plant. By the time Hook can make it, Apathy's just trying to rotate through middle. He's being chased. It's just, he's getting right around the corner where the Splyce members can't get him. Now he's gonna push on in, at least finds one, but it's all on the Hook. 1 versus 2. Ooh, nice shots out of Temp.
I was about to
I saw your face. You were like, oh!
Well, I thought maybe he pushes it to a 1v1, then who knows what the hell happens, but.
There's 8 seconds left. The last player hopefully doesn't peek.
You would think.
Yeah, you're right.
But I get excited. I get excited when it gets down towards a 1v1.
Sometimes you would think, but sometimes people don't think.
Yeah,
That's just what happens.
Tim. Just his facial expressions crack me up, man. 2-1 now for Splyce. And that number 3 is getting all the way. They're playing very aggressive. Does Hook get caught? Or does a sneaky play pay off?
Playing very aggressive. See, the thing is they don't see anything B, so he's got to know they're here. The catwalk goes down. Jerd's going to push on up, hops it, handles up, and Hook just backs away. That's probably a heads-up play. Now it's on to Aches. Has a cluster in hand. Trying to stay alive top middle. Has the help of Hook, and now Apathy works his way through the middle of the tunnel, gets away with his life. Beautiful play out of App, and Hook wins the one-on-one against Jerd.
Only 3 remaining now for Splyce. Ace got 1 below him. Kills don't get easier than that. Looney barely gets away with his life, but it's a 2v5. They don't even work to get the plant down in that scenario. Looney, not a whole lot he can do. Off the map he goes. Any adjustments you're seeing from either side?
I mean, Splyce tried to switch it on up, but was a good job by Envy. I mean, if Hook gets caught there, that's a first blood. Instead, he backs up, helps Ace.
Well, that was the one thing that stood out compared to, well, we saw Splyce's defense the first time of day, like real passive, patient. I thought Hook was in trouble, but played it well.
See who's going to take a 3-2 lead. NB back towards, they say, hit. A little bit slower. Now they're starting to move on up. Hook with the frag on in. Hey, you're trying to get those, right? Or are you finished with those?
Stop.
Are you done with them?
It was the most annoying thing on my road to 100% multiplayer completion. Frag grenades are tough. Unless you're Hook.
I was gonna say. Well, they did get a buff.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. But there was that first blood. They get bombed down. Apathy works the flank. That's Looney with the sniper, but he gets taken down. Aqua gets 3. How are they still in this round? It's 2 versus 2.
Things collapsing for Envy. 20 seconds now remaining. Aqua gets another kill. He's got 4 in the round.
No way.
Assault's got an ICR. The pre-fire is there. He gets the melee.
Too late. Aqua gets a defuse.
Aqua gets it. 1 around from Aqua. 1 around from Aqua.
No, if you're App, you have to get that kill.
Looney just toyed with him. Just gets around the boxes, toys with him.
And here it is where Aqua gets these 3 kills.
And you see Apathy still trying to chase that kill. They both focus on Looney. Just sets up Aqua. Good movement by Looney to get safe and maybe shaky shots from Apathy, not finish the kill in the first place, but that's a round. If you're Envy, you should be winning.
It's when you know, I can already, as I say, I was going to tilt Pat. Like, you're just going to hear him talk. Like, that's one round he's going to talk about the rest of the match. Like, the rest of the night. Probably into tomorrow.
Still a long ways to go in this game, too. He hit a shot from this position a couple rounds ago. This time they both go top. No opening for him. Aqua has Annihilator out. He gets hit markered and traded. So the Annihilator only comes up with 1. 3 versus 3 now.
This is big for Envy if they can win this round.
Let me heal. Nice little flick there. He's like, I'll take this sniper. All right, if I have to. Don't count Temp and Looney out of it yet, though. They'll be able to get bomb back.
That jump always makes me nervous.
He's got the read, but about 5 seconds too early.
They might be 1 second too late.
Can he get away?
He is.
Just barely.
He just turns. He would have probably had a shot. And now Hook with the sniper able to find 1, but Looney brings it back. 1 versus 2 is looking top, and they're not there. Silly finds the last kill.
That'll get us all square at 3-3. Splyce almost able to clutch up in that 2v3.
That's huge for Envy, though, because you heard that noise go off. That's the Annihilator loaded in for Silly. The Annihilator was just used by Aqua.
Hook's like, Pat, just drop earlier. Let me pick that up off
Let me just
corpse.
follow you.
Yeah. Final moments of the round from Silly. Oh, sorry, that's much earlier in the round.
So that's when they got Aqua up top.
Yeah. I was just, honestly, I was thinking about where we were on the map. I thought we were just looking at the final moments. This time, Envy gonna bring it to B. No specialist up for the Splyce side, but a lot to work with for Envy. Lodi not given a shot yet.
Envy, I was going to say the same thing, what Aqua was doing. They wanted to get Aqua across with the Annihilator. This time Silly does get across, has the Annihilator, stun out. Going to connect with 1. Can't find the second, he does.
Making plays within the hard point, doing it here as well. Streaks available for Silly. Hook, I mean, he was 1 shot, but he's just going to go ahead and make sure he's dead. 3v2 and Assault has picked up bomb. Splyce has been in a couple of these 2v3 scenarios. This time it'll be Aqua and Jerd. We saw Temp and Looney come up a little bit short. Looks like it's going to be the same for Aqua and Jerd. And Silly actually got a second streak to go behind that too, as he's on 5 in a row. His Annihilator has been brilliant so far in this series.
Well, it's just he got to cross that catwalk, right? When Aqua tried it, he just got legged by that sniper. So he was one bullet. So he couldn't get all the way across. But Aqua, 1 versus 3, able to find 1.
He already has 1 crazy round to his name.
He's had some magical stuff previously.
Nice shot by Silly, just backing down. Oh, but now as he pushes forward in the movement from Aqua, maybe a 1v3, can't connect. Hook clutches up in the 1v1, but it got scary. Feels like whatever scenario Aqua finds himself in.
Well, what's always so tough about sort of those 1v2, 1v3s is you get hit up a couple of times, they just double push you, they catch you when you're healing. Both of the kills he got, he was just clean away. Like, nobody put any pressure on him. It was just unfortunate the last player left was Hook, when Hook just flies up with a SOG, right?
Silly with that lightning and Hellstorm. Aches has War Machines. He's just playing the back boxes. He's spotted 2 or 3 at this point. He's going to rotate out the top window as he's getting eyes on really the entire Splyce side. And you can see everyone funneling up to rotate through mid. Lightning strike in. Nothing for him, but he hits the call. I think there's one up top. He's got flak, though. So Tip is going to punish him. Nothing from the War Machine.
It's just so funny. His Pat's always like, Flak's OP. Flak's really strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, he had no chance there unless he got a direct hit. Temp will get the plant in. 4v4 post plant. Hook, nice play. Assault gets a kill as well. Splyce, another 2v3 situation.
How many times have they been in 2v3s? Looney and Jerd both going to win the 1v1s, though.
A couple haven't gone their way, but this one might unless Silly can make the play. Gets the first kill, gets away with his life. Guess is wrong. 1v1.
And Jerd just has to shoulder peek this, right?
He's also, he didn't see him. He didn't see him.
Man.
Nothing he can do now. Nothing he can do now. I thought his team was ready. You see him, and maybe he had a chance.
But even when you hear that call out as a player, you're just sitting there like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even react because you don't see it.
Yeah.
Right in front of you, right in front of you. You're
Where?
Like, yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I was waiting. I was just waiting for that snap because he would come in, but honestly, even if he saw his arm, may not be able to get the angle for the kill there anyway. I think that's like 4 2v3s they've had now. They've lost 3 and they won 1. Attack 5 used to open the round. You also have Grab Slam and War Machine for Splyce. Nothing but almost the Tempest on Envy.
George is playing around the Grab Slam. He's going to stun on into that room. If he connects, he has a kill. Nobody's going to be there, so he's going to back you on down. Bomb being planted by Silly. Be a 5 versus 5. You have Apathy watching that outside catwalk, but you know Jerd wants to try to use his Grab Slam to open it up, or maybe the Temp War Machine. But watch number 3, that's Hook. He's working towards the middle of the map. Is he going to go all the way around? Looks like Aqua is just waiting for the flank. And well, Jerd able to find one. Temp is used though by Assault.
Hits the shot, but not before Jerd gets a kill. Jerd gets a kill and gets around the corner as well. 2 players left for Envy.
The time, though. The time is against Splyce. It's a 1 versus 2. It comes down to this. Do they have time? Do they get there? Does he get it?
No, I don't think he got it.
Oh, this is going to be close.
I don't think he got it.
Oh, it's going to be close.
I don't think he got it.
I think he got it.
He didn't get it. There was like 7.3. He was mid-reload.
Can we see a replay of that? I got to see how.
The ice in his veins. He's reloading.
Oh, it was right before this.
Can we rewind it a couple more seconds?
Yeah. I just wanted to see what time he picked it up.
I think it was 7-3.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. And Silly, it's both kills too. Well, that won't matter. He died, but still.
No. Yeah, no, I think you just. Why does we went to
you can read his leaves. He said you didn't get it. He says you.
Oh, I didn't think he did either. Like, he's just mid-reload animation.
Here.
I think he tried to grab it and reloaded.
He shouldn't. Yeah, he could.
He tried to grab it and reloaded. But I think he just hit square a little bit too early. Oh, a blunder for Splyce and a 5th round for Envy.
We're having ourselves. Yeah, it's Silly and Hook again, both double digits. I mean, had such a great great game one. On the other side, it's Aqua, who's at 15-7. Splyce trying to take this to a round 11.
Oh,
This is a fast round. They just take it right to that middle tunnel. Splyce finally in a 3 versus 2, not a 2v3. This time it's a 2v3 for Envy.
Aches and Assault will have to try and clutch. Aches spots 1, 2 more to his left. He'll drop.
Jerd as well at double digits and 10.
There's the plan in from Splyce. Assault in trouble, just looking for a way off the map. Another round 11.
Who do we need? Aqua versus Aches, right? That's who we need? For the 1v1, we need Aqua versus Aches.
Just do it. Is that who it was?
Yeah.
I'm glad you remember because I already forgot somehow.
All right, let's see if we have anything.
You're pulling out whatever you can at this point. Last round. All right, so War Machine for Temp. Aqua should get annihilated. He's already got 15 kills. He might get an Annihilator here.
2 Annihilators.
Oh, my God. And Apathy maybe gets Tac 5. That's it. That's it. So you have to favor Splyce.
Her trophies go down as well, so Envy might know. Well, they're going to know he has War Machine. So I imagine all the players on Envy probably have Flak.
1 did.
2. Yeah, 1 did not. There we go. War Machine on in. Half-He's going to back it up.
Another frag kill.
Hook with the frag. It's already at 2. Now at 4 versus 5. Stun on in. They're able to find Jerd. Hook with another one. Now he has a grab slam.
2v3. Why not? Why not another 2v3?
He gets stuck and that's it.
Envy up 2-0.
Tell you, just flip a coin. Which Envy are we?
Who the hell knows, Joe?
I never know.
What a crazy game 2 that was. Hook with that frag. I mean, I don't know if you would have got much from the War Machine, but that shuts it down. 2 first bloods with those. And now the Splyce are going to do it. They've got to rip off 3 straight. Silly has been so good thus far in this series. Control coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Map 3 going to be coming up next, but before we get there, we did ask you guys on Twitter about Heretics, another team in this division. They've started out so strong, 3-0, surprise or expected. We'll take a look at some of the responses. First one, not surprised at all. We saw all the talent in that one round of S&D. This team is special. I'm sure he's talking about the one versus G2 on Arsenal. That was a special moment for sure. Next up, this was expected from a team like Heretics. From the PLQ till now, they've been playing lights out. Just know they're going to be a top 3 team throughout this year. That's ambitious.
Alrighty then.
That is ambitious. A bit of both. We know from the PLQ that they have the talent. Now they're showing it on a bigger stage. Very impressed.
I like that, Reese. I think that's the way to go. I think we knew they had the talent. We knew they had the potential. Just were they going to bring it to this stage?
I guess for me is I just want to know, like, are we seeing the best we're going to see of Heretics, or are they going to improve like a lot of international teams we've seen once you get more reps against top squads? Like, if they get better and better, who knows? I mean,
I'll tell you what. In between matches 4 and 5, or 3 and 4. I went to the back and they're scrimming E6. Like,
love it.
When most teams are done here, they'll typically, it's like, de-stress, time to go back, relax, watch VODs. They had an early match today and they're back there scrimming another team. So props to E6 and Heretics. You love to see that extra push from these guys.
Absolutely. I think Heretics know this is their chance, right?
Who are they all beaten today? Or who are they all beaten?
United. I'd have to take a look at the schedule.
Denial?
Denial, yes. Denial. They smoked Denial. I'm trying to think what the other one.
They won in Game 5. Hacienda. Or was that Denial?
That was Envy. Or that was the United they beat. And then what was the one today? The match today. Oh, God. All right, is our memory that bad? Yeah. It literally was their match today. I'm pulling it up, Joe. I can't believe I have to Google this. But yeah, it was United, Denial, and then they went to another Game 5 today.
Oh, it was E6.
Oh, yeah. They're back there.
They're scrimming them. So, I mean, they still have some of the tougher teams to face. Like the Splyces, Envy, 100 Thieves. There's a lot of tough teams still in their path, but perfect so far.
Yeah.
And you couldn't ask for anything different.
No, I'm
especially when you beat United.
I just want to see how it progresses throughout the course of the year. We got a lot of COD left. Close Game 1, a nail biter Game 2, and now we'll get to Gridlock. A map and mode where we've certainly seen very impressive results from Envy. We'll see what Splyce can do to combat this to not get 3-0'd. Yeah, that was, thinking back to the PLQ, I know we talked a little bit about Envy's match versus Heretics. We're talking Payload Search. They also played Gridlock. Remember, that's the one where they had to hold. Yeah. I think they had to hold the crazy pushes. It was like a 2-minute hold today, and they were able to do it. And we said, can they do it against better competition? I don't know if Heretics is playing so well, who the hell knows what better competition is, but you got to think for Splyce, that'll be very tough to do.
I think you heard Ace go nice, because I think he thought Apathy found 2 kills, but one of those kills was his teammate, so that's going to allow Splyce to get pushed on up and start capturing Zone A. Hakes, though, finds Aqua. Now it's accuracy with this ICR, and he's going to get taken down by Hoop. But it's Temp on a nice flank through the middle to find a couple of kills. And that's probably going to maybe one more push from Envy. At least trap them inside this site to find the kills afterwards. They're going to go for it. Zapti and Ace find kills. I don't know if they want Splyce to get this all the way.
Oh, I don't think they have a choice in the matter. They're going to get A, and they'll have a 4-life advantage in transition to B. Number 9 on the main map will be Silly, who's already pushed in. 2 top broken. Silly gets the kill. Hook connects as well, and the opening wave held back, at least for now, as Envy shut it down. Hook still just in their spawn. Apathy's doing on one side. Okay, Hook does get cleaned up. So now you can start to really focus on the offensive side of things if you're Splyce.
Well, that's why I can't wait to watch Splyce. We saw Splyce versus 100 Thieves on this map yesterday when they got them set up in that disgusting spawn trap on the defensive end. Can't wait to see if Splyce can set that up when they get there. Find a couple of kills middle. Aqua trying to find a couple of gunfights. They have a bit of a split push as Jordan Looney pushing towards the back. I mean, with 90 seconds, you could just play around lives right now.
Silly once again. Pushed up near broken with a chance to make a play, but the rest of his team drops.
Looney's on streaks. Oh, big gunfight win from Ace, but he does hit the lightning.
They've had to focus so much on the back. It's really just been silly on the other end of things. Stun in, cluster in. The post push picked apart by Envy. But they're still trailing by 2 lives. It's been a narrow margin for Splyce with regards to the advantage throughout the course of this. That advantage at risk of now evaporating, and there it is, all even. So you really have one clean 5-man push, and then it's a scramble.
Silly takes the gunfight to Temp. Has the help of the stun. 25 seconds left now. Splyce has to go. 7 versus 7. Apathy in a sneaky spot, but it's a common one, right? When you're a guy like Accuracy, you're going to check it as you come out. Looney's going to call in the lightning. They want to try to win this round. He's able to connect with 1. This will allow Aqua to push through the side. Pulls out the Strife, not able to connect yet. An ICR out. But Jerd somehow gets through the flank. Can't connect with Ace, and he gets taken down by Hook.
2 players left for Splyce, Aqua and Looney. They have to get in. There's not a lot of time to work with. No opening to be found. Looney by himself. Nice defensive hold from Envy. And we've seen that a lot. They get down to that last point. They have great holds. A little bit easier to do, obviously, towards B, but still a solid hold considering what was a 4 life difference, I think, when they didn't bring it back even until 8-8.
13-9 at one point.
Yeah. It just felt like they were never able to get that split push shut up. Like, there was always somebody from Envy towards Broken. They never were able to hit from both lanes. There just really wasn't a big gap in the defense for Envy. They never got in that situation. They were 3, 4, 5 down. Just kept layering the defense and did an excellent job. Now, can Aches get those streaks? He's 125 off and can do some work here in the objective.
Well, Splyce thought that Envy was going to try to go towards B. I mean, is Splyce just going to give this up right away?
Well, they're going to give Aches streaks in the process.
They just immediately... So this is the setup. This is exactly the setup that they had. So you have 1 player watching your side. You have Looney on that back statue, but lightning strike in.
And now that nice setup you had just gets torn to bits as you start scrambling around.
Yep. Temp gets taken down. All of Envy pushed through their side. It's just so fun to watch this game mode. The way that both teams just sort of approach different situations. Splyce, though, has them trapped. Temp and Accuracy able to find kills. Aches just trying to stay alive for streaks. Oh, shoots the trophy, gets the Hellstorm. Heads up play from Aches to at least get 1 more. On the other end of the map, it was Assault who finds 2.
Dude, it's like it feels like we're so long into this round and like 6 people have died on each side. Like it's just been slow, right? There's the full streak. Aches wins a nice one-on-one against Temp. He's had a couple big gunfight wins over this stretch. And now they have streaks to use to get in. They have.
He's just being so annoying now.
He's on 7 in a row, Aches. He's a war machine already. And if Aches is outplaying Temp from a war machine standpoint, that's going to be tough for Splyce to win.
Also have Vision Pulse on Accuracy. Assault still using Tempest. Seen that from time to time, this being one of those bigger maps for it. Now it's Splyce's turn. Try to win a defense. Drone Squad called in now. War Machine called in as well.
Still a trophy.
I think you can see it through the wall. He knows it's not inside of Sushi. Knows it's on the back end. A flat jacket there. Still weak though inside. Hook though on the flank. And he's close to Grab Slam as well. Able to win a gunfight. That's 4 dead for Splyce, and now you get pushed up.
And that's the spot that Envy made sure they never got into. Never allowed Splyce to get a foothold inside of the objective. Oh, he melees Hook as I think it goes up for the slam, but the streak from Aches still enough to keep them
Splyce
here.
Hang on? Can Splyce hang on? Them investing the Grab Slam so big, but I don't know if Splyce can get in there in time.
And here comes Hook. Here comes Hook.
Nope.
They're going to be flying out. They can't even get in. The flank doesn't matter. Envy, solid on defense, even better on offense. I think Aches might have died once in that round. Pretty sure he went like 10 and 1. I think the streak got up to 8. Yeah, I think it's not like 10-1 throughout that. It's a good round.
I say on the other end, for a long time, this is just where Looney was, just causing mayhem. Got like 4 or 5 kills in a row.
But you did use, what, War Machine? He used every streak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they wanted that offensive win.
I got it. Splyce have to win 3 maps in a row, and they've got to win 3 rounds in a row. And Jerd's got 4 kills in a row as he just annihilates Envy and gets close to streak so quickly. He's going to get him here. We saw Aches get it off the objective points. Jerd's going to get him as well.
They just got that so fast, though. You saw Pat, when he got the lightning, he had to use the lightning strike so they could get out of here without wasting lives.
And he couldn't get set up at all.
Yeah, Splyce just got that so fast. They 5-stacked it. Now they haven't lost a life.
Now it's just going to ping for now. And he gets the information and takes the gunfight. That ping gets him full streaks.
Now you might as well use it. You don't have the ping anymore. Looney gets taken down. Can he find any with the lightning strike? Does find one. Silly. Looks like he has the Annihilator out.
He's been so good with it. He needs to be great here. First shot we see connects. Not able to get a second. Still a 4-life edge for Splyce. And they got a, well, it felt like, what do they have, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work with because they got A so quickly, but 60 seconds has already come off.
And they're setting up the split push again. This did not work their last time on offense. Drone squad used by Jerd. Temp finds one. Starting to work their way through the flank. Kill still being traded. Accuracy trying to stay alive at the top of the street. Not able to do so, but we can at least get Temp and Jerd in position to start capping.
X is still here, another one-on-one. He's been peeling Temp off the map. X gets a second as well. Jerd still there, Looney drops. Jerd eliminated as well. These defensive holds from Envy.
Still there, I would say, Annihilator coming out. Nice shot on an Apathy. Not a lot of time, no sillies in there. Connects with him, connects with another. They should do it.
And that's Annihilator, what they didn't have in their first offense. Aqua only 175 off streaks as well. Second bit through. Envy have to go for it. They only have 8 lives. Nothing they can do to get in. So Splyce will get around. Maybe they're thinking, don't feed any streaks. They know
Aqua.
Aqua just got so many kills. Maybe they're thinking he has one left in the chamber too. They just don't want to give it to him. This was the opening to the round, which, well, gave them what, they had 30 lives still at almost 2.5 minutes to.
He was very close to being dead too. He was like down to 20 HP.
That's about as perfect an opening you can have towards one of the zones. And his streaks he earned off that, a big part of.
I feel as a Grassland player, sometimes you just hit the buttons and say a prayer, right? It's just like, please connect.
I heard back alley yelled, and yep, that means they're pushing towards B. Aqua.
They're doing it. They're not peeking right away. They're going to try and catch Splyce. And as we saw what Splyce did last time, they just give it up, and they sort of play around that map position. And Envy knows that.
Aqua just can't get a kill for these streaks. He just can't finish one.
Hellstorm called in by Jerd. I wonder if that was just to keep Aqua alive.
Nice win. Top mid. Temp flanking. And he's going to be behind too. They turn, they're weak. His shot just a little shaky and can't get the second. The streak's in. There you go. This is the comeback starting.
Well, now they can streak towards A if they want to. Or they can set it up again. You have Jerd all the way towards the back. Looney and Temp, they don't need the streaks. They're just going to go guns blazing. Temp able to find 2. Not having the best game. 15-19. So Aqua does use the drone squad. That's one little win for Envy. It's taken down, and Envy's actually inside this B side.
They've got 3-stack too. They've got a 3-stack too, and Hook gets 2 on the other side. Things falling apart for Splyce. The help comes in. Now they're hitting both points. Can they get 2 ticks here? Can they get 2? Jerd and Aqua are trying to get in and contest before they can. Jerd's got to stay up. The reinforcements are going to come in, so it looks like they can hold. They're able to hold. That was close. That was real close, but on the other end, they will get A. That'll extend the play clock up to 1:40. Aqua still has a pair of streaks in desperation. Looney just backing it up for now. The push building and broken. He's got a stun available. Jerd wants to set up this grab slam. You have streaks, you have grab slam, you have vision
You would
pulse.
love to just be able to hold it though for round 5 in case they get offense. So we knew with Envy going up 2-0, you know around round 5 if it goes there, they'll have a lot of specialists, and it's looking like it. All 5 players for Envy working on their specialists.
Just curious if Envy use anything to try and end it here.
I don't
They just hold on everything for round 5.
I think they will. I think they'll just hold on to round 5.
You might be able to get Silly another Annihilator. It'll be one advantage. Aqua's not getting another. There's another kill for Silly.
You can just kind of tell the way Envy's playing it, like so passive with not a lot of time left.
Oh, you just stuck him. Nice
almost
stick
like
from
they don't
Temp.
want to give too many kills up to the Splyce side, but they end up doing it as Temp finds a stick. And I actually heard Pat say, I have war. So I wonder if that stick doesn't come through and they get into Sushi if they invest those specialists. Temp actually used the war machine. He gets taken down. Wait.
Assault the last man up. This is looking like round 5.
Was he? Oh, he might have been close to streaks. That's the only. He had to have been close because he had to stick. He had like 3 or 4 kills.
I was trying to like logically because they had.
He had to have been close.
They had the round 1 for the most part.
It was like 11-6.
Envy win this round. It's a 3-0 over Splyce.
See if he got anything. I don't think he did. I think he ended up going down. Nope, Temp didn't get anything. Splyce going right back to A. You have Hook with grab slam. You have Jerd with grab slam. Jerd doesn't connect with anything. Now it's Hook's turn on the other side. He's able to find Temp.
What a difference it is when Jerd gets 4 versus nothing.
Plus, do you see Silly towards that B side starting to work a flank for Envy, or is he just going to hold? Just make sure there's no split push. Hook staying alive. These trades are good so far for Envy. And just as I say that, Temp finds 2.
And they'll get cleared out. Oh, then Temp guns Hook.
And remember, I was saying he was having a slow game. He has turned it around 3 in a row, 25 and 24. And this is just one of those maps, right, where you win that game 3 control down 2-0. It already feels like that reverse sweep's coming.
Yeah.
If it happens.
So Silly's close to that Annihilator. I didn't think Aqua was going to get to a chance, I guess, depending on how long this goes and what kind of kills he picks up. Are you still 2 minutes?
They're getting all the kills they need. Yep, Jerd's in the spawn. They're just going to spawn kill. Vision Pulse used as well by accuracy. Aqua calls in the lightning. They're going to try and get in. Spawns are behind them. All the kills are yellow right now. It is all Splyce. They have a 12-kill advantage. This should be it. I mean, they are spawning them so deep. They're just going to 4-stack it.
Streak in as they try to come off spawn. Gets 1. It's going so fast with the stack. Aches brings in the War Machine. Will even get there in time. And that's not going to happen. Splyce extend the series as they rip off 3 rounds in a row. But they've got to make it 3 maps in a row. Envy can't close it out. And you just feel it, a shift on the stage.
And again, Envy, their advantage going into that round 5 is they had all the specialists. Yes, you had the grab slam used early on by Hook, but you had everything else. The problem is they give up A. They lose control.
You don't get a good position to use them.
Right, there was nothing after that. All the gunfights. I mean, it was yellow, 7-8 kills in a row. Then they spawn back Garden where they're just stuck. All of Splyce get inside. They had the vision pulse as well. I mean, your advantage just gets taken away because you have no map control.
We're just gonna watch the end of this map 3. Well, all of round 3.
Just watch after this point. It's 25 to 20.
It felt like a full minute went by without Envy getting a kill. And I know I'm exaggerating, but
no, I think it may have. I don't know if anyone on Envy gets any kills.
Let's watch. All right, so that's 2. 3.
And then they
4,
pop Vision Pulse at this point so they can push on up.
5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12.
11, 12 kills in a row. I mean,
13.
13 kills in a row. You can't win at control if you get smoked like that.
There goes your Annihilator advantage. There goes your War Machine advantage. Everything you saved from that previous round just evaporated.
Oh, what a round 5 from Splyce. It looked like it was going to be a little bit harder after Jerd obviously doesn't connect with the grab slam. Hook makes a play with his. Envy looks like their defense is solid. But after that, I mean, once they break back into A, it's legitimately all Splyce.
I know we say that a lot, like the kill feed's all that color, but that was it.
It was all yellow.
It was all yellow.
I didn't realize how bad it actually was. I mean, it felt like it was, but when you watch it back in the replay, I guess I just assumed that 1 kill came in from Envy at some point there, but
not
nothing.
one.
That's full. That's like 2.5 full waves of just up dead. How does that happen?
Well, they had the Vision Pulse. That was popped, right? So they knew every position. But, I mean, you had them in the spawn trap. It was just the awareness of Splyce. They had everything they needed.
Well, you mentioned that earlier in the game that you liked the spawn trap. You saw what from them yesterday, right?
Well, that was on defense.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, you do it on both sides. Hacienda will be the final 2 maps if we get to a 5th map. Remember, Splyce had that really slow start to the game 1 hardpoint. They played them. I mean, honestly, they outscored them after that start. I mean, they were down, 60, 80 points? They ended up losing by 30
it was
or
like
so.
85, 15 or
they just went down so big early. Map 4. Can Splyce get to, will this be 3 map 5s in a row? If we got there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought today, just looking at the matchups, I thought it was pretty one-sided. Besides E6 Heretic.
It's not been that.
No. Envy came out to play. Accelerate played very well against United. Just lost in around 11. But yeah, like I said, every time we watch Envy, it's just flip the coin.
Yeah. Sometimes within a series. Temp putting some shots in. You see at number 3, Hook on the minimap just trying to get set up for next. His teammates rallying in from Rock as well. Hook is here. And Hook makes quick work of it. Now Splyce trying to set up in the back, but you've got Assault on Lambo with an ICR.
Never yet pinch developing for Splyce, though. You see 7 and 10 going all the way around. That's accuracy and Jerd. Able to find one kill, they find two. That's going to spawn Envy out towards fences. It does just that. Here comes the pinch from both sides. They got to go quick, though. The reinforcements from Envy will be here. Assault trying to stay alive. Who trying to hang on, but it's accuracy from the water.
Yeah, no. As soon as those two players dropped towards Rock, it was done. It was just a matter of time.
And then
nice break from Splyce.
Seconds off the start.
You got to get one kill there.
I don't
Silly just got caught instantly.
I don't think they expected two. I thought one would jump up to top middle hallway. Talks about the 60 to 70 point lead that Envy had in map 1. It's the opposite here in map 4.
Let's see what Splyce can do behind it. As we focus defenses, accuracy getting some information, but Aches will shut him down. Looney will drop as well, so that's 3 kills for Team Envy. Because now they're locking it down. Here's the first big push from Splyce, though. Jerd makes the pinch possible. Looney gets a kill on the other side as well. That's going to put Assault in a world of trouble.
Jerd, I think he was ready to go to the next target. He knew that they were spawning on that side. Assault, though, staying alive.
I was just waiting for him to get a collapse upon, but his teammates able to help him out.
Now it's Envy who's on the pinch. Who gets inside Shed? Trying to find a kill, has the help of accuracy and Silly. Both these teams just fighting back and forth at fences.
That 60-point lead narrowed quite a bit here as Envy makes a bit of a run. That's a tough fight with a Sog at that range.
It's close.
Assault gets a kill. And now Hook looking to push up. Jerd's got control of the one side for Splyce. It's Temp on the other end trying to do it, but 3 for Envy, and they get in on that first wave. That's 5 in a row there for Envy. Maybe a lead change here at Rock. Oh, well, I'm surprised I say that, Aqua. And then Hook right back at him. These are some scrappy hard points.
Yeah, no team really able to get full control the last couple. Now it's Apathy's turn. He flies on in. Can he find a third? No, it's Aqua who finds 2. 2 to 3 pieces just going down back and forth. But after the first rotation, the Hills Splyce with about a 30 to 40 second lead. Attack 5 is used by Envy. Apathy finds 2. Apathy having a great game. Him and Hook 13 and 8, 12 and 8 out of Hook. But all 5 go down. Remember, Splyce had about 35 off the start on the first hill. So they have the setup for it.
They got the spawn they want and the setup. What can they do with it? Jerd just comes jumping up, catches Assault, now an ICR in his back pocket as well. Trying to look over his teammate, just can't finish it. How much damage is he gonna take just through this push from one window to the next? Jerd just going back and forth. Being such an annoyance for Envy to deal with. Accuracy is gonna make the play all the way through water. Wait for his teammates to push in and he's gonna pounce. There it is. Nice shots on one, finishes another player as well. Assault though, Tempest in. New hard point pops and a big hold here from Envy.
Jerd going all the way around. He has the help attempt within Looney. This is gonna set up that pinch once again out of Splyce. But who can he hold on? Able to stay alive. That's gonna force the Splyce members up that staircase. But Looney pushed through water. Splyce able to get in.
It feels like there hasn't been one single 40 to 50, not one perfect hold.
Splyce's best holds have been on the first hill.
Yeah.
Got 35 seconds both times. But that was pretty solid by Envy. Now they're going to be within 10 seconds.
Attack 5 now comes in from Splyce. Specialist starting to come into play. Aqua and Silly, Annihilator available on both ends of this. Here they come. Looney backs up. 2 are going to push. He's going to get stunned. He should be dropped. Can't pick up 1 before he falls. The pressure falls to accuracy, but there's just too much there for him to handle. Nice break from Envy. They get right in. But Splyce, they spawn close. They should be able to funnel in quickly.
Hook's got full streaks. He's on a 5 streak still from Garage, able to stay alive. Envy with the lead change. Hook still up. How is he still alive?
Yes, little drone squads, keep me alive. I don't need a gun when I have my robot friends and missile friends that didn't want to. Well, the last one will go through. He's found another gun. Can he keep it going? Looking for 9 in a row. Aqua slides in, but right into the fist of Fury as Hook 24-11. A guy that can take over a map, but he's doing that right now.
And right next to him is Apathy at 21-12. It was Silly and Hook the first couple of maps. This time it's Hook and Apathy. Still, even with those, he has no more streaks left. Splyce are inside Rock. Envy have to do something with these streaks, and I don't know if they will.
The Lightning didn't get anything.
Yeah, Splyce just holding on.
Envy at least able to contest. Oh, almost shoots his teammate.
Maybe just trying to waste this Annihilator. Able to hit 1, hits the second as well.
Nice shots.
Can he
nice
find
shots.
the 4th? No, they at least hit the trade, so that'll be no streaks in that. Envy actually gets in.
10-point game right now. Splyce have held on to the lead from the get-go, but Envy, they just won't go away. Hoop. Nice shots to now get up towards mid. Working together with Apathy. The trades are there, but Splyce doing what they can.
This has been just like every hard point.
Yeah, flood. War Machine out from Eggs. Flak Jacket in front of him once again, but this time gets the kill. Nobody else at the end of the hallway, so that'll come up empty. 1 more grenade available. They get Splyce out of the hard point, but right after he does, he will fall.
Even during that War Machine, like, Splyce was on the hill. That was a very, I mean...
How much time has Envy actually got on this hard point?
I don't know. It's
a couple seconds? That's what it feels like?
I'll give him 10, but I think Splyce is, I would say right now, about 80 to 90 points.
Advantage on that hard point?
Yep. They got about 35. They got 35 in the first, 35 on the second. What, it was 175, 165. They already had another 20. Silly with a nice shot on the accuracy. That's a tough one on that Lambo.
Oh, gives him an opening. Takes him off that power position. Reads the tight corner from Temp as well. More in the back. The stun is in. Silly's hit some wild shots pre-stun with the Annihilator.
Jack grabs him. No, trying to set it up, able to find 1, but doesn't connect with the rest just due to the radius.
Silly's killing everyone. Silly's found 5 with it, and he's so close to streaks. Envy's in with 35 seconds remaining. Can they finally take over a lead in this game? And Silly, how valuable these streaks would be. Just trying to get an assist, anything. Splyce is going to rotate, but now Envy have taken this lead. He's going to get these streaks from the hard point, so at fences, they're going to be able to funnel them all into Garage or into kind of that mid-connector. Pings it, calls it. And Aches hops right in. He knows they're in Garage.
Or he says you, but Temp and Aqua get kills. This is very similar to last time when Hook had streaks. Hook uses the grab slam, only able to connect with 1 in Splyce. Somehow they've hung on. Assault does have the Tempest. Has Silly died yet? Okay, he just died. That's all dead. How does Splyce hold on to that? Vision Pulse used now, but out of accuracy.
222. The Tempest from Assault's got to be the opening. Temp has the War Machine on the other end as well. There's a contest there for the moment, but it's all yellow in the kill feed. 4 players come in. They can absolutely win it. Assault, you feel like he's got to use it. Is he going to get a chance to use it? Streaks now for accuracy. 5 points needed for Splyce.
Okay, so Envy does it in. We will see another hard point. Envy is there. Assault's already set up, but you have the streaks. On accuracy, he's just gonna wait until his teammates get close. You see number 8, that's gonna be Temp working the top hall, trying to go on a bit of a flank.
Assault died to Looney.
The lightning doesn't connect. Temp's just playing the doorway in case they try to run. That's 2 dead. War Machine not out, just 1 player left. That's who he gets taken care of. And Splyce, they're gonna take us to a map number 5.
What a hard point that was. Both, I mean, you've got, what, the first game was like 250, 217, now 250, what, 230-ish? Some close hard points between these squads. Envy goes up 2-0, but now back-to-back for Splyce.
That was
another game 5.
Map.
Yeah.
That was just so back and forth.
One more map on the night. Highlight play after highlight play throughout this best of 5. It's Search up next. One more map between Splyce and Envy. What a crazy series this has been. We're going to take a look at the scuff play of the game, the final moments from this nail-biting finish in the hard point. You thought behind the lightning Envy might get in, but Splyce, what a stronghold of fences.
Yeah, that fences hold by Splyce, just the ability to stay alive, avoid those streaks that, well, Silly was able to pick up with a nice Annihilator play just the hill before. And well, do that, hold in the vision, pulse accuracy, gets a set of streaks of his own. Able to find a couple of kills with the Hellstorm. Envy tried to get out of dodge. There was a couple of team kills in there, but it didn't matter. in a very scrappy game, just back and forth. Splyce coming on top.
Yeah, I feel like I was just calling trades constantly. Like it was
just like two here.
Just it wasn't a clean game at all from either end, but Splyce get the last laugh. Is now, what was the map 5?
I think Hacienda.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Back-to-back Hacienda. I mean, look how close this has been. Look how close this has been. Even game 1, I mean,
it was there, but it was enemy control. But after that, all of these have been.
Round 11 search, round 5 control, an insane finish to that Hacienda. What was it again? 1v1 between who? Aches and
Aqua.
Aches and Aqua. I swear to God.
It is a Maven World League for a reason.
Yeah. It was Aqua shot Ace's body, right?
No.
Ace shot Aqua's body?
Yeah. Since that point, though. Just saying.
Yeah.
Let's turn around.
It's 10 maps in a row right now. It's all blurred. Who do you favor in the map 5?
I favor nobody.
Round 1 underway, Aqua. ICR with that thermal scope we've seen so frequently out here in water as he's hunting for fishies. Quick plant for Splyce, so now a 5-on-5 retake for Envy.
I feel like Accuracy spotted this or read this correctly, because not only does he back up into this position, but he calls for help. You see a couple of yellow arrows back up to help him. That was Jordan Accuracy. So Cillian, who tried to just counter this with a very fast flank. Now a 2 versus 3. Apathy trying to maybe get a sneak defuse in, but not going to happen. A convincing round 1 for Splyce.
Nice read there by Splyce.
Yeah, just starts with accuracy.
I almost thought for a second they threw so much towards that flank that the opening through mid-connector, they had like a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 there when they pushed. I thought Envy had a chance for a second, but Aqua gets in position on the other side with the ICR and make sure Apathy can't just stretch for that. Envy now to offense. They're sending 2 towards A, and everyone basically here from the Splyce side, except for top mid accuracy, trying to get what information he can. Apathy just pushing straight through. Does he find a good timing or a good opening? He finds it. Temp gets melted.
Has to help a hook.
Yeah, he just got
both
evaporated.
Just went through the bottom of the bar. But watch number 6. That's Aches who swam all the way through. He's going to be behind Splyce.
Oh, yeah, he's...
But Looney, I thought he expected it, but he gets caught sliding. Accuracy gets gunned.
That's the Maddox.
That's pretty good.
1v3 for Jerd. Some nice shots in the window, but Aches there for the trade. Aches goes the long way around for a nice 1,000-meter swim.
That was similar to, like, what Midnight likes to do, where they send Jet Li through bottom bar just to find a side kill, just to find an opening. But instead of just him, it was both Apathy and Hook, and they catch them on rotation. And as you said, Tem just...
Oh, yeah, he just blew up. I don't even know if he got a bullet out. Like, he was just gone.
Just, like, turn the corner.
Like, sorry, guys. Good luck.
Thanos snapped. He just disappears.
Let's focus on round 3 now. Splyce right back to B. They got an uncontested plant last time. Aches with 2 opening kills. He had 2 in the last round as well. That's going to put him at 5-1 and on a 4 streak. Aches is killing everyone, his teammates included. But that's everybody from Splyce dropped. Biding some time. Emoting.
Spray painting a little bit.
It's a dance party for Envy. And ultimately, likely going to be Aches who picks it up as he's got 4 in a row and 300 off streaks.
So similar to last offensive round for Envy, the only difference is Splyce went up top hallway instead of down low through the bar. They tried catching Envy on rotation, but Envy were ready for it.
Well, it's just they don't trade in. Aches just fries both. No trade comes in. Quickly a 5v3.
Well, the problem is,
we'll see it
yeah, you can get behind this desk, right? Like, there's his position.
And he's just popping up. Like,
he has the help of a player to a
Yeah, on the steps, yeah. But nice shots, nice play.
But I think due to those positions up there, that's why people like to go bottom bar. There's not a lot of...
Oh, the aim assist just pulled him into his teammate there as he went back. Yeah, we've all been there. Just like, he shifts, it drags his aim assist with it, and he just smokes Hook.
There's like a down guy in Blackout.
Oh, God.
Like, blown away from you.
I saw Teep. I saw Teep smoke a tree today because of that. Just lit that thing up. No bottom mid pressure this time from MB. Changing up the look. A hit towards fences. Apathy finds the first blood. Egg spotted one for just a second, but holding for now. Apathy continuing to hunt. Jerd's got to try and find him. The Zeros dancing around each other. Hook with, how is that, 3-4 frag kills in
Yeah, you should get frag tips from him.
Yeah, no, I really should.
But a very clean round. That's 3 in a row for Envy.
Maybe we'll see this nade. No, it's just the tail end of it. And nade came in right before that. Hook all smiles after that round.
What? Wasn't smiling.
What, you didn't see him? No, right after that. When we shot him, he was like laughing, having a good time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that shot, no. But after the round, he was cracking up.
Hook doesn't have that many emotions.
No.
Maybe that is him smiling.
No, when we went to the shot, though, after that, he was chuckling. He was chuckling.
Splyce now going towards that A side. That we just saw Envy do, and Looney and Aqua get taken down.
Now can Aches get streaks is the question, because they're in a 2v5. Aches and Assault both relatively close, I guess. Aches was 100 points off. Assault 325.
Key players Temp. Temp's kind of locking them in. It'll be hard for them to rotate out. He's up top right now, and he's going to be bottom bar. This should be big. Is he going to give up streaks? And oh, he will. Aches finds that kill. How close is Assault as well? Because Assault probably...
I thought he got the assist there. I guess he didn't get a bullet in. Nice shots. Another streak for Aches.
Yeah, they're just giving it to him now.
7 in a row for Aches. He's been up for, what, 3 rounds now?
This is big for him as well. He had a great control, but I'll tell you what, game 4 was not pretty from Aches.
Well, he gets caught at the end of that, so no drone squad. But yeah, he had the control he took over. I remember he was like 24-11 at one point. He started off so well.
Game 4 was not good.
Yeah. Mr. Map 5.
No.
He was saving it. So Lightning Hellstorm for Envy now.
And Splyce were so good at dealing with streaks at last map. Let's see if they can do it here again.
Nice damage in, but Apathy will get away.
Does Apathy get caught? The rotation here is so fast. Apathy trying to stay alive. That's going to be a first blood. So Splyce just over to Yap. App was just playing for information. Now Envy's trying to get away. They're trying to set up Aches for the streaks. He's got the Hellstorm. He's got the Lightning.
He's stunned in the back, though.
Yeah, they know he's there. Aches takes down his teammate, but it's a 2 versus 2. Silly finds 2. They're going to get down. No, he misses.
The other side of the fence, please. Oh, and then he gets gone. Almost done by accuracy. Maybe thought he was going to hop or something. I don't know. Those are very strong wooden fences.
Yeah.
Missile proof.
It's like the tree from Black Ops 2 Raid. Just the strongest tree.
It's mahogany. That's very strong wood. I have no idea.
I thought it was bamboo.
I have no idea.
Bamboo's a strong wood.
I learned about wood in high school in some class, but I don't remember this. That was like 20 years ago.
What?
We had this professor. He always said, mahogany, son. And I'd be like, what? He called us numbers. We didn't have names in class. I was like 6. I'm not kidding. This is all real. Literally called us numbers, dude. Mahogany, son. Like, all right, man. Envy up 2 rounds. Still the Lightning to work with. X pings. Not going to call for now. As Splyce start to move up the map. X made a play in this same position in a previous round. Now he wants to call on this Lightning. He's just waiting.
I mean, if they hit the bomb down before he calls it, that's great for Splyce. He will. The bomb's going to be planted. He's not going to call it.
Now, maybe?
He's holding it like he's going to call. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he saves it. But he's not going to have a ping. Maybe they just know they don't have the numbers, so he's not going to call it in. Wants to save it for an attack round. Okay, now calls it in. And he takes down a teammate. I'm confused. I don't know.
What the hell?
I don't know. I thought he was just going to save it. They had a 4 versus 5. I don't know. I don't know.
Looked like he was just confused by it. Like,
I'm confused.
It was like teaching your grandma how to use an iPad.
Yeah, the way he was just holding it.
He held it there for like 30 seconds. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, he's going to use it? He's not.
How do I activate this thing?
Yeah. We're having fun, Joe.
Every day.
Every single day. Silly, I mean, you talk about specialists who have stood out. I know Annihilator, how powerful it is, but it's been good. Very, very good.
Finds first blood on Aqua and is playing the ball. He's just doing it all right now. But Splyce did deal with the Streaks. And win a couple of rounds in a row. They're right back in this game. But bomb planted and Apathy's on the flank. There's a guy right under you. There you go.
Nice shots from Temp.
Temp brings us back to a 2 versus 3. I think I just heard stud you. Temp is down. Temp still winning gunfights.
He's by himself now.
Unfortunately, yeah, he needed Looney to win
Clusters
one.
on your toe, Tempest in your mouth.
That's just...
He did what he could.
Black Ops 4 in a nutshell at times. You just get naded, Tempested, stunned, annihilated.
He got 3. But Silly, when he gets the first blood, gets the bomb plant, still has the Annihilator.
Flying in.
And he gets another kill there. A big round from Silly. Kind of hear, hopefully it's coming through the comms a bit, just hearing the guys talking through. Silly seemed to be the vocal leader there, maybe around his Annihilator.
If Splyce can survive this round, but actually gets first blood, I was just say that they're very close to a lot. Druid does have grab slam. Four versus 4. Silly's just playing for information. He's going to see that. I think they saw the bomb. Bombs start to be implanted. Looney gets away with his life. Temp able to catch Apathy.
And right as he does it, though, Silly pops it. Pops the Annihilator. Whiff, smoked. Aqua going off. Looney finishes it and Splyce still in it. You said if they get this round, they've got a lot coming up. All right, you guys having fun up there? Yes. Okay. No, your energy is really helping me. I love this stuff. Thanks, guys. They're all up on the desk, headsets on. Let's get into it. Something funny was said. Bunch of characters on our desk.
Yeah. There's something special. Your prophecy's still alive as well.
Stop, dude. If it's, I swear to God. I didn't even say it this time. You did. It'll be your prophecy. We'll both have one.
No, it was definitely yours.
Okay. Just don't shoot bodies.
Envy with a very slow. They're going for it. This is like a wager strat. Temp's just gonna look out and see 3 fish just trying to swim on through.
Hello, fishies.
That's a couple of easy kills.
5v3. This looks like a round 11 in the making.
So Aqua did use Annihilator, so that is ran out.
But you still have, what, War Machine and Grav Slam, and then Aches has War Machine on the other end. Accuracy may get to a Tempest. That's actually, I was going to say, that's a big kill.
He's got to be careful. Silly is right next to him.
Oh, get some help.
That's a tough spot with an ICR. He's just sliding out. Okay.
Aches last player. Nice shot.
Round 11. Here we go.
No way. No way.
No way.
It can't happen again. Dude, imagine the omen this is for shooting bodies. It happens back-to-back. Game 5, round 11s. Oh, my. Aqua's had some beams throughout this series. Round 11. Round 11, Joseph. War Machine on Aches. Tac 5. Used immediately for Envy. They're going in.
War Machine out. War Machine out from Temp, but it's there.
Here he goes. Here he goes. There's 3. Jerk gets 3. 1 player left. It's all on App. And, God, maybe not the most climactic round 11. Jerd with a big grab slam. Apathy can't get away. And Splyce. They had to win 3 straight control rounds and then 3 maps in a row to stun Envy.
They brought it all out in the round 11. And I think as soon as Temp starts shooting the War Machine, you hear the trophy go off, that just gives them information. They're here, right? And Jerd's like, come here, come here.
What a grab slam. He had a big one in the control to get them up in an early round where he connected with 3. I mean, we talk about grab slams a lot. You get 1 kill, you feel good. 2, great. 3, woo! Yeah. He had several big ones over the course of that series. Aqua had incredible moments as well. Temp, you know, a slow start, but he turned it around. Accuracy played great despite maybe the fuse blunder that he had, unfortunately, in the 1 round.
No, and even on the other side, I think this is sort of the envy we expect at times, right? I think they played a lot better. Splyce, to some people, including myself, is right now, to me at least, the best team in this division. Just the way they've looked at times. I think they have the most, what's the potential to be one of the best teams in the world.
Well, you think Envy played them tough? Maybe.
Yeah, I think, of course they did.
Yeah,
I mean, just look at the map scores.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's there.
They play them tough, but that's going to be a tough one to swallow, I think, if you are Envy, considering you were up 2-0 and up 2-0 in the control as well to close it out, but they could not get it done. It's Splyce that brings it back, and it's accuracy on stage.
Thanks, Clint. How did it feel to pull off that reverse sweep?
You know, it felt really good, but to be honest, I don't think it should have had to go to that situation. If I would have just defused the bomb map 2, we would have closed the series out 3-1, but I'm glad we showed some resiliency and won Game 5.
Definitely. So you guys are in a really good position right now. You're up 2-0. Is there anything that has been revealed to you in these matches that you think is something you need to work on?
Honestly, we just need to polish our gameplay up. You know, we've been getting some average practice online because this game's just so weird online. So getting back into the LAN league, playing on LAN every day will help us clean those silly mistakes up.
So finally, before this match, Looney said that this was a little bit of a grudge match for you and said that he thought that would fuel your fire. What kind of impact does that sort of thing have on your performance?
I mean, to be honest, he gassed it a little bit. It wasn't really a grudge match, but there are certain people, of course, you want to go extra hard against, and it helped. It definitely gave me the fire.
All right, well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. For now, on over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you very much, Jess. All right, that was certainly something. Nameless Pac-Man study. You just lost your mind. I don't think I've ever seen Pac laugh that hard. He was crying. You gotta explain why. You gotta explain why you're laughing.
That was a great match. That was a great match.
Just the way it was done.
That was the world's longest match. We're 5-5 round 11.
He's laughing because the way it ended with the graph split.
Thank you, Ed.
You gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. I'm gonna cry too.
Okay, and
That was a super mega ultra reverse sweep. It was 2-0, and they were down 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing match, to be honest. Like, literally every single map had me on the edge of my seat. I was actually, were you okay?
I'm sorry. All right.
One thing I got to say, though, Aches, you got a little freak with your sniper. You had a way better angle there that you really wouldn't expect. Good thing you want to take out of this.
What accuracy didn't defuse the bomb.
What he said was on point. Like, if he defused the bomb, it's 3-1. The series, you know, it looks a lot easier on their side. But, I mean, Envy could have very well taken this series as well. Like, both these teams were pretty much on point the whole time. Hook had an incredible series pretty much throughout the entire time, especially in the search and destroy. Like, he put up 3,000 damage in a search. That's insane.
And is there anything that stuck out to you, like the moment when we started to see Envy fall apart?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, it started with, like, in that game 3, it was very tough for them. And then just throughout the series, like, you need consistent performances from out of these guys. We saw Aches kicking it up when Apathy had a terrible map. He was like 12 and 27.
That was map 3.
Yeah, that was map 3. It was on the control.
And you certainly can't have that against someone like Splyce.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to beat a team like Splyce, and it's tough to consistently slay against them, but you need all your players to step up at the same time, especially to close out a game. Like, when you're up in a series, 2-0 up in the series, 2-0 up in the control, you really need a closer on your team, and Envy didn't have a closer in this series. They didn't have somebody able to step up at the very end and close it out for them, and that's pretty much what happened. Like, on the last 3 maps all together, they all came down to the wire, and they had nobody that could essentially close that game for them.
I mean, Steady, okay, so you've been in situations like this before on Envy's side, so can you kind of explain what it's like as things kind of just crumble around you?
When I was on Envy, we were always meant to go game 5.
Yep.
That's what it was, just the motto. Under Envy, it's just like game 5, that's where you take it. But in this situation, to go up 2-0, and then up 2-0 in a control, and then somehow, some way lose all the way 5-5 last map. After Apathy had an abysmal 3rd map, then Aches proceeded to do absolutely terrible the next map, and just going into the game, it was just a couple rounds that came down to it. I just didn't understand the play calls out of Envy. I'm pretty sure that in one round they had 3 people go inside the water, and Temp picked up the easiest 2-piece he probably could.
The round where Aches had out the iPad.
Yeah, he had the iPad out for 20 seconds, never even used it.
Yeah, I mean, in that control, obviously, if Apathy had a better game, you got to think it goes their way.
See, like, look at this. Look at this. So 4v5, Donnie is not even on the bomb yet. Just keep in mind, Donnie has the bomb, which is Temp. Temp will go plant this bomb. He had it out at 43 seconds. And then he decides to use the lightning strike in this situation right here, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's a 4v3. Kill your teammate. Like what happened?
That's disorganization, communication. Like, the strategy was there. The retake was there. The communication was there in the beginning, but the execution was horrible, right? Like, you got to think their plan was to use their streaks, force them inside to get those kills, but they got into those engagements before they called that streak in. So it's like, take your time, right? Like, call it in and organize the play. Like, slow it down a little bit to close out these rounds. But, you know, this goes all the way to this round number 11 where, you know, I'm not sure if Envy didn't know if he had grab slam or not, but he just flew up the fence and picked up a 3-piece. It's done and dusted from there. Jared had an incredible game as well, 2,100 damage.
But the reason why he did that is because when Temp uses his War Machine, he gained all the information for the simple fact that they were getting blocked by a trophy system.
Right.
As soon as that means your teammates have to be really, really close. You got to be stacking or play this really aggressive. And it was a great play out of Jared. Just go up there and grab spike 3 of them. Like, that's something that just all the information that they gained so fast in the beginning of that round, and they were able to execute that perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so impressive, Ant, the composure Splyce showed from being so close, about as close as you could get to losing, and be able to completely come back, take it all the way, and then win.
I mean, yeah, even the way the first 2 maps went, right? Like, on that first map, it was 250 to 217. After Envy had that incredible start, it was Hook and Silly start off like 10 and 3 each, just dominating, and it's that map frequency, it can spiral out of control. Like, if a team picks up streaks off the rip, we've seen it in the Splyce versus 100 Thieves matchup.
That first hill often leads to streaks. They get that first hill, then they win the rotation, the second hill so often. Like, we were talking about it. It usually comes down to the very first push, actually, not even the first hill. Whoever wins that first push usually stays alive in the hill, wins the whole hill, and that's what happened in that first map with Envy.
Yep. And then went into the game 2, and it goes all the way to the very end of the map. And Aqua does get that Annihilator once again. And Envy, like, I was upstairs watching with all the other pro players who were still here, and they were like, you know, I think that they're gonna lose this round. Envy's gonna lose this round because they all have specialists. And I was like, nah, no way. Hook gets into that corner, waits for them, picks up a 2-piece. Aqua's Annihilator gets shut down. I don't even think he uses it actually in the very last round. So Envy did a good job of neutralizing the specialists at the very end and to take that game 2.
Yeah. All right, let's bring up our standings now. Take a little look now that we're almost toward the end of week 1 where things are again. Heretics still on top, but Splyce, the way they're looking, they're going to give Heretics a run for their money for that top spot.
The composure out of that series right there. To go down 0-2, your teammate misses a
Doesn't
defuse.
use it.
Oh, that's gotta...
You have to be losing full little by little. And then to go down 0-2
He doesn't defuse it, and then down 0-2 in the control, and then to win the series. That's thick skin. That's truly thick skin.
Unbelievable. But on the side of Envy, it was just a choke. For the last 3 rounds, I don't understand what play calls for that last map for 3 straight rounds. Aches pulling out the iPad. It all started right there. I just couldn't understand it. I felt like they just choked it.
But nevertheless, like, Splyce is probably, but so far, I mean, other than Heretics, they've looked like the best team here, being able to, you know, dominate 100 Thieves in an improved roster and then going game 5 and bouncing back from being down, like, against all odds. So if you're Envy, like, there's sort of a silver lining in the series that you look pretty good and you just got to work on a few things and have a finisher, and then you'll be a lot better going forward.
That's why I'm not really sure that this was an envious choke. Yeah, they were up 2-0 and up 2-0, but both those first 2 games were super close. They didn't dominate in any sense. Both Splyce and Envy played a great series.
Yeah.
Game 2,
could have won anybody's way.
They would have won had accuracy defused the bomb. They would have won 6-4. That was a great series. I wouldn't exactly call it an envious choke. Yeah, they got reverse super swept or whatever, but it was close the whole way through.
Yeah, Envy could have easily won that series in any of those last few maps. But yeah, going into tomorrow's matchup, I believe that Splyce plays Heretics.
Yeah, let's bring up our PlayStation Damage Dealt leaderboard and take a look at that. Temp, no surprise, sitting on top.
Yeah, and that's the player that they're going to have to deal with tomorrow. Heretics, they've done a good job thus far winning all their matches. This is going to be their toughest test yet. Throughout the PLQ, throughout any match they've had, this is going to be their toughest matchup. If Heretics are to take this, like, that would be absolutely incredible for the Spanish scene, for those guys as a whole, like beating a team like this who's red hot. And Temp, that's the player they're going to have to shut down in order to win that series.
Yeah, certainly. And we do want to talk about our Astro MVP candidate. Take a little look at that, which is going to be Aqua today.
Aqua had an unbelievable series. I think he's like one of the most consistent one that using his specialist. His Annihilator is amazing. Pretty sure one time he picked up like an ace, easy. Just not even with his Annihilator, just running around. He's just basically doing so much dirty work for his team, and he's killing everything. He had a great series. Shout out to Aqua for this.
Yeah, Aqua's one of the most talented players. Like, might not be the most intelligent player from time to time, has some blunders every so often, switches teams, does that. But he's always consistent. He's always winning his 1Vs, and
you can trust him to win his 1v1.
His pace is on point. He's not one of those guys who's like one of the slower baiter type players. He does sometimes. He does do it sometimes. But if he needs to get involved, he'll get involved. And he's a player who listens to his teammates. And that's why I think he works really well with players like Looney, with players like Temp. He will listen to them.
He left Looney last season, learned his lesson, came right back. He's like, yeah, whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it. I'll shoot straight and do it.
And that's important to have, especially in, you know, a role player like him who's supposed to get kills. And